Okay, this is for English 10-1 tutorial reading comprehension practice booklet for the third reading, which is titled Postcard from Civilization on page 20. Postcard from Civilization. We've rented a modern house on a dead-end street, almost like all the others on the street. The contract tells us, keep the garden neat, and so we try to keep the garden neat. I haven't the touch that makes a green thing grow, but I can follow a mower, and I mow. Piston-like, my Suffolk colt and I range up and down the garden, up and down, while over hedges unknown neighbors ply, like pistons in their gardens, up and down. Each of us slides within his cylinder. The engine runs, the city is secure. E pluribus unum, out of many, one. Yet, independence makes the engine run. And launched like astronauts, we whirl around these ordered orbits over the common ground, achieving our personal visions, high and alone. Oh, green and sweet is the smell of the soul new mown. Written by Charles W. Pratt, a contemporary American poet. We're going to move into the questions that correlate with the text on page 15, technically. So the questions for Postcard from Civilization, I suggest you pause between each question if you are going to listen to me. Question 53. The repetition of the words street in lines 1 and 2 and neat in lines 3 and 4 emphasizes the A. Joys of working in a garden. B. Convenience of living in a city. C. Uniformity of the surroundings. D. Importance of keeping yards attractive. Question 54. In context, the speaker's statement, and so we try to keep the garden neat, line 4, suggests an attitude of A. Dutiful submission to obligation. B. Eager pleasure in achieving orderliness. C. Neighborly rivalry in lawn maintenance. D. Nervous concern about the neighborhood. Question 55. The phrases, like pistons in their gardens, line 10, and slides within his cylinder, line 11, suggest most strongly that the neighbors and the speaker are A. Coordinated in their shared labors. B. Dedicated to being precise and orderly. C. Programmed to machine-like behavior. D. Conscientious about their responsibilities. Question 56. The speaker's attitude toward his relationship with nature is most clearly indicated in A. Keep the garden neat, line 3. B. I haven't the touch that makes a green thing grow, line 5. C. I can follow a mower and I mow, line 6. D. Yet independence makes the engine run, line 14. Question 57. The quotation that most clearly suggests that the speaker is experiencing a loss of personal identity is A. Dead End Street, line 1. Up and Down, line 8. Out of Many, 1, line 13. And Launched Like Astronauts, line 15. Question 58. The isolation that sometimes results from living in an urban society is suggested by the speaker's use of the words A. Modern house, line 1. B. Green thing, line 5. C. Unknown neighbors, line 9. D. Common ground, line 16.